Hello, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are having a good weekend. Congratulations to those of you that have Columbus Day off tomorrow. I do not. I am not one of those lucky people, so I actually have to go into work tomorrow. But at least the commute will be a lot easier without all the traffic around, so that I have that to look forward to. But I know that No Mercy is tonight. Unfortunately, I will not be able to watch it because today is my mother's birthday, and I baked Mom a cake, and I'm heading over to the folks' house to celebrate with her and watch football, watch our Giants lose to the Packers today. Congratulations to the Green Bay Packers on your inevitable victory today, and hopefully Odell Beckham doesn't have another temper tantrum, but what can you do? Sorry, I'm getting a little tangled up here. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay. But yeah, so I'm not really going to talk about No Mercy all that much. I'm going to try and tune in and check it out sometime tomorrow. Tomorrow evening when I get home from work, because I think I'll be able to leave work a little earlier tomorrow, so I'll have more time to do that. But yeah, so I'll try and have a review up maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, so be on the lookout for that. Today I wanted to talk about a major rumor that came out this week, mainly off of Goldberg's appearance on ESPN. And now rumors are running rampant that Goldberg is going to return to the WWE and have a match with Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series 2016. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought Goldberg back for a match. I'm even less surprised that their plan would be to just throw him up against Lesnar again. However, please don't do this. Please don't do this match. I have so many reasons for not wanting this match to happen again. Again being the key word here. And I know there are a lot of young fans out there that maybe don't remember what happened at WrestleMania 20, but I also realize that a lot of those people are probably also subscribed to the WWE Network. Just go watch WrestleMania 20, and you'll see exactly why I don't want that match to happen again. The first Lesnar-Goldberg match was an unmitigated disaster. A complete and utter bomb, and one of the most shocking bombs I've ever seen out of a highly promoted main event caliber match. I mean, there were rumors that match was going to close WrestleMania that year, and it makes you wonder, had Lesnar not been leaving, and had Goldberg not been leaving, well, I guess if Goldberg had been leaving anyway, Lesnar would have just gone over, but I mean, try to imagine that match being the closer to WrestleMania. I mean, that would have been pretty bad, and it's for all the big matches to ever happen at WrestleMania, for one to bomb that badly. I mean, there aren't that many that bombed quite as badly as that one did. I mean, there's Brett and Vince at 26. There's Cole and Lawler at 27, which is my pick for worst match in WrestleMania history. And I'm only counting that one as a big match because of the level of ungodly promotion that match got for whatever reason. But yeah, Lesnar-Goldberg, the first match was not very good, so I would prefer not to see it again. Now, you can argue that the reason that their first match was bad was because the negative crowd reaction, which is really the only enjoyable part about the match. The crowd shat on it so hard that it was funny. But yeah, you could argue that their negative reaction stemmed from the fact that Lesnar was leaving and they were pissed that he was leaving, so they were just not having it. And okay, true, but also keep in mind that and this goes into something that I've talked about a lot. You've got Lesnar as a part-time guy, and I'm assuming Goldberg won't be coming back for too many. If he does come back to the WWE, won't be used that often. So really, you've got two part-timers here, and it's a match we've already seen before. So to me, I feel like, look, if you've got these guys on a part-time basis, why not use them to create matches that we've never seen before? While the matches themselves were not that great, admittedly, the match with Ambrose at WrestleMania 32 and the match with Orton at SummerSlam, at least they were matches we've never seen before with Lesnar, and it felt fresh. I keep hearing rumors that they want to, and well, those rumors have kind of died down, but there were rumors running rampant that it was going to be Rock and Brock at WrestleMania 30, and I keep hearing, every now and again I'll hear it's like, oh, they want to do Rock and Brock, and I'm like, why? We've already seen it. What would the point be in doing that match again? You know, I just don't, like, what different angle could they possibly take? I mean, at least when they did Brock and Undertaker again, they had Brock end the streak, so he at least got something out of it, but, like, I don't see the point in doing Rock and Brock again. I just don't. So what? If Rock goes over, Rock goes away. If Brock goes over, Brock goes back to his, he appears once every 3 months. So there's just not a whole lot of, like, you're not going to get much of a future out of that. And if Brock beats Rock, we already know Brock is unbeatable because he ended the streak. So it's like Rock almost feels like a step down from the unbeatable Undertaker. Not in terms of star power, but in terms of ultimate obstacle to overcome. It's like, all right, Brock ended the streak, which is about the biggest win you could possibly get. So Brock's unbeatable at this point, or at least they've convincingly portrayed him as unbeatable because of that. And him going through Rock is not going to be that big of a deal. And so, to me, I'm always thinking, like, all right, what fresh matches can you create? What intrigue can you create with Lesnar? And just having him wrestle guys that he wrestled a decade and a half ago, that's not intriguing to me. That's just going back to the well to try and pop a rating or pop a buy rate or whatever. Although I guess with the network, they're not as concerned with buy rates as they used to be. But it's just, that's just not intriguing to me. Again, after WrestleMania 31, I kept hearing rumors like, oh, at 32, it's going to be Triple H versus Rock. And I'm like, I saw that match 800 times. Who the fuck wants to see that match again? Why would you want to see that match again? And if you're a young kid that didn't see it, it's like, okay, you have the network. Go check out the network and watch any of their 5 billion matches. I think trust me, we got it. We're good. And the only justification for doing it is like, oh, well, they're big stars and they'll bring eyeballs and they'll pop numbers. And I'm like, yeah, that works in the short term, but you can't build any kind of a future with that. You can't move forward. Like, all right, if they bring in Goldberg, I'm thinking right off the bat, okay, can we do Goldberg versus, like, I know this would piss people off, but what about Goldberg versus Roman Reigns? They both use the spear as a finisher. What about Goldberg versus Braun Strowman, the guy that's killing people on Raw left and right and squashing them in similar Goldberg fashion? Again, I'm not saying these would be the greatest matches on the planet. I'm just saying, I'm thinking ahead, like, well, what if you put him up against Strowman and Strowman goes over? Strowman just beat Goldberg, so that kind of puts him on, it kind of leads him on the path of becoming, like, the new Goldberg. And so to me, like, doing Lesnar and Goldberg again, it would be like doing Hogan and Warrior in 98 like WCW did. It's a match that I don't want to see again, and the only justification for doing it is Hogan gets his win back, which nobody really cared. And that's kind of the same thing here. It's like, all right, if they do Lesnar Goldberg again, Lesnar's going to get his win back. Who the fuck cares? Like, seriously, who the fuck cares? And yeah, so there's that, but also keep in mind, like I said, their first match was 12 years ago, and it's hard to believe that WrestleMania 20 was 12 years ago, but, it was a long, long time ago, and Goldberg, and I'm saying this as a fan of Goldberg, I got sucked into the Goldberg hype. I was a WCW viewer, and I did like Goldberg because I thought he was cool and everything. He was a one-trick pony, and he was limited as fuck. Anybody that watched him, even those that liked him, would tell you that he was limited as fuck. But he was cool, and if you presented him right, you could get a lot out of him, and it could be a lot of fun. But that was also, that was 12 years ago, and he was past his prime at that point. So what the hell do you think 12 years of ring rust has done to him? And I just, no. just no. Like, please no. Please, dear God, no. I just don't see it working. And yes, Goldberg looks to be in really good shape for his age, but people also said the same thing about Undertaker. It's like, oh, look at Undertaker and these pictures of him doing weightlifting and stuff. It's like, yeah, he's really strong. He's in really good shape. I'm like, no. He's in good, like, physical shape for, like, everyday living, but he's not in good ring shape. There's a huge difference between the two, and to highlight that difference, I point to WrestleMania 32. If I ever see WWE shell out that wheezing bag of molasses named Undertaker at WrestleMania ever again, actually, I'm going to lose my damn mind, because I do not want to see that version of The Undertaker anymore. He's broken down, he's old, he gets gassed, he looks old and tired, and I just don't want to see that. I was like, nobody wants to see that. It's like, dude, just put him in the Hall of Fame and let him retire, and then we can all move on and talk about it. It's like The Simpsons. It's like, good God, could you just go away so we can talk about how important you were? I mean, fuck. So go away so we can celebrate you, please. And yeah, so I mean, if that's the shape that Undertaker is in now, what the hell do you think Goldberg? Again, Goldberg, a guy who was never the most never exactly had the most extended move set or extended skill set of any pro wrestler. He was just, like I said, he was a one-trick pony. It was a hell of a trick and it worked, but can he even still do that anymore? I don't know, but I'd rather not find out. Do it that way. Let's say that. But I just have I have no desire to see a Lesnar Goldberg match, and especially, and this kind of ties into what I said about them creating fresh matches. Like I said, they would both be part timers at this point, and excuse me, and like, okay, if Lesnar goes over, what's the difference? He beat, like, that guy that hasn't been around in 12 years. If Goldberg goes over, he goes away, and you gave Lesnar the streak for nothing because he just got beat by Goldberg, a guy who's not going to stick around long term. So there's no upside to any of this. You either nothing happens or you wasted giving Lesnar the streak. So there's no, like, future planning. I'd rather see AJ versus Lesnar. I'd rather see Kevin Owens versus Lesnar. And Goldberg, again, you could probably, like, AJ versus Goldberg would probably be more fun to watch than another Goldberg-Lesnar match. It's like, yeah, use these guys. If you have these part-timers and these old guys, use them in a ways that can help get other guys over. And really, if you bring in Goldberg, like, you might get some intrigue, and you might get, like, some of the old WCW faithful fans to tune in. Although, if any of those guys saw what happened to Sting at WrestleMania 31, why would you? Because we all know Vince still has a beef with WCW. That much is clear after watching WrestleMania 31. So it's like, oh God, he still hasn't gotten over that, has he? But in any case, yeah, so Goldberg Lesnar, I hope to God they don't do that match. Please don't do that match. Please. Pretty please with the cherry and sugar on top. Okay, thank you. All right, so I've ranted enough. That's enough of that. So yeah, more videos will be coming out this week. Like I said, No Mercy review will probably be out Tuesday or Wednesday. No, actually, yeah, Wednesday would probably be better because I'll get a chance to watch SmackDown and then see the fallout from No Mercy. So that'll all be very interesting. But that is all I have for you today, and I'll see you all later. So peace out, everybody.